phantoms of a world gone by speak again their immortal tale. Mateo Falcone.
My name is Mateo Falcone. My wife, my son, and myself live on a small farm in the hill country of Corsica. At least we did live there until we were betrayed by our own blood relatives. You see, the Falcones are a large clan in this part of the country. Over there to the west is my brother Gianetto's farm, and adjoining his farm is the Rostano's place. Lorna Rostano and her husband are the only outsiders in this part of the country. And the trouble which has haunted my days and nights started at her home. The countryside was still with the deathly stillness that creeps over the valleys in the early part of the morning. Lorna opened her kitchen door and called to her husband.
Rostano! Rostano! Where is that man? Rostano! Ah! Rostano! Murdered! Oh, my darling! Mamma mia!
Yes, Rostano was dead. Lorna found him sprawled across the matting on the floor, with a peculiarly carved Corsican knife thrust into his heart. And the blood that poured from that wound caused more blood to spill in the hills of Corsica. Lorna's cries soon aroused the curiosity of the neighbors, and it was Teodore Gamba, my fifth cousin on my wife's side, who was sheriff in this part of the country, who was called in to investigate Rostano's untimely end. We at home knew nothing of the tragedy that had occurred that morning. My wife, Marie, my son, Fortunato, and myself were seated at the breakfast table, quietly eating. Fortunato was chattering, as usual.
Is the world round, Father?
Of course the world is round, Fortunato.
Pass the bread, Mateo.
Here you are, Maria.
If the world is round, why don't we slide off of it?
Mateo, do not encourage him with that nonsense.
That is not nonsense, Maria. It is a good question, son.
You have not given me a good answer, Father.
You see, Mateo, you see. He's insolent. He takes after your brother, Gianetto. Oh, who could that be at this hour of the morning? Can't folks eat their breakfast tea?
Stop complaining, Maria. Complaints are lost on the ears of God.
Good morning, Cousin Maria.
Good morning, Cousin Gamba. What brings you to this part of the country at this hour? I thought a sheriff's duties kept him in town.
You thought wrong, Maria. Hello, Mateo.
Hello, Gamba. Come in. Won't you share a cup of milk with us?
I'd be honored, Mateo. Hello, son.
Good morning, Cousin Gamba.
What new ideas are you hatching in that mind of yours today?
Ideas? I've no ideas, Cousin.
That son of yours, Mateo, he thinks of one thing and one thing only. Money. A great deal of money.
Money is necessary.
Fortunato is right, Gamba. But honor comes first, as it does with all the Falcones.
How about that, Fortunato? What comes first with you? Money or honor?
Your question is foolish, Cousin Gamba.
Good answer, son. Good answer. Here is your milk, Gamba.
One would think milk was found in the ground the way you pass it around, Mateo.
One would think I was a poor provider the way you complain in front of guests, Maria. You are not here on a fool's errand, Gamba. What brings you at this hour of the morning?
Fool's errand? Indeed, no. I'm here on a rather sad mission. Your brother Gianetto is wanted for murder.
Gianetto? Oh, it's impossible, Gamba. Impossible.
Yeah, perhaps. It does seem impossible that Gianetto could be capable of killing anybody. But the authorities believe he killed his neighbor Rostano. And Rostano's wife, Lorna, reported to thee.
I do not believe it, Gamba.
Believe it or not as you will. But I have on me a warrant to kill Gianetto on sight.
Without a trial, Gamba?
He was given 24 hours to surrender himself to a court. And he's refused.
But why? There is a mistake of some sort.
A mistake, eh? No, Mateo, no mistake. Gianetto has escaped into the hills. He's hiding somewhere near here. And that spells guilt to me.
Gianetto near here. He'll get us all into trouble.
Not necessarily, Cousin Gamba. If you see him, it is your duty to turn him over to the authorities.
Duty, Cousin Gamba? I thought the duty of every Falcone lay to his kin, not to the authorities.
Fortunato.
Some of the old Corsican customs are outmoded, Fortunato.
Father, you once told me that honor was something born inside of you, and without honor, a Falcone must die.
And so it is, my son.
You're a sly one, Fortunato. But you don't fool me. You wear your honor on your sleeve, not in your heart as your father does.
Oh, enough of this nonsense, Gamba.
As you wish, Mateo. I just dropped in to warn you. All of you. If you should see Giannetto, turn him into the proper authorities.
Of course, Cousin Gamba.
Good day, cousins.
Good day, Cousin Gamba. Thank you for the warning.
Maria, I have the horses hitched. Hurry, woman.
I'll be right down, Mateo.
Oh, stop that foolishness, son.
But I like to play the mouth organ, Father.
Play then, son, play.
Father,
Yes?
Father, if I should see Uncle Giannetto, what should I do?
Do, son. Follow the dictates of your conscience. A Falcone cannot go wrong.
Have you loaded the wagon, Mateo?
Yes, Maria, all ready, waiting for you.
Very well, let's be off. No use standing here wasting sunshine on chatter. Be sure and mind the house, Fortunato.
I'll mind it well, Mother.
And don't fall asleep playing that mouth organ on that haystack over there.
I won't go near the haystack all day.
And feed the cat and her kittens at noon.
Yes, Mother.
Help me up on the wagon, Mateo.
Yes. There you are, my dear. Now be a good boy, Fortunato. We will be back this evening.
Goodbye, Father.
Get up. Come. Get up. Oh, whoop, oh. Hitch the horse here, Maria.
I will, Mateo.
Mateo.
Huh?
Mateo Falcone.
Who is it? Who is calling Mateo? Giannetto.
Don't go near him, Mateo.
Are you crazy, woman? It's my own brother.
But you endanger your own life, Mateo.
Mateo. Maria.
Stay here, Maria. I will take care of this alone.
I always think they know more than a woman, worse luck.
I've been waiting here for you ever since dawn, Mateo.
Have you, brother?
Yes, God help me. Mateo, you've heard the news by now, huh?
The whole countryside has heard.
I'm innocent. So help me. There's a plot against me.
A plot? But why? By whom?
Oh, you ask me who. Gamba, of course. He wants my farm. He wants to be in direct descent to the Falcone lands. And so he planned the scheme so cleverly. Rastano's wife, Lorna, actually believes I killed Rastano.
Gamba. Yes, that could very well be.
That Gamba's clever, Mateo. Clever as a fox.
But why did you not surrender to the authorities? Gamba has a warrant for you now. To shoot you at sight.
Surrender. With Gamba politically influential in town, fine chance I'd have.
Isn't there any way to prove your innocence?
I don't know. I haven't had time to think. You do believe me, Mateo, don't you?
Of course, Giannetto, of course.
What'll I do? Where will I go?
The whole countryside is awake, looking for you. You will have to risk going back to my farm.
Yes, but your son.
Fortunato is a Falcone.
Fortunato is sly, Mateo.
You do not understand the boy. Go back to the farm, but go slowly and carefully. The boy will hide you until we return.
I don't trust him, Mateo.
It is the only way, Giannetto. It is the only way. If I return with you now, somebody is sure to see us. And Gamba and his crew will be on you like a swarm of bees.
Yes, of course, brother. You're quite right. Until evening, then, Mateo.
Until evening, Giannetto.
Fortunato.
Oh, hello, Uncle Giannetto. I've been expecting you. I've been betting with myself about how long it would be before you appeared.
Fortunato, hide me quickly before somebody sees me.
Hide you? Now, isn't that against the law, Uncle Giannetto? You wouldn't want a bambino like me to break the law.
Look, Fortunato, your father, he trusts you. He sent me here to see you.
Your father trusted you, Uncle, and you became a murderer.
You are a disgrace to the name of Falcone.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Will you hide me, Fortunato? Fortunato, did you hear me?
I heard you. I'm thinking it over. Hiding you means I'll run an awful risk, Uncle. I wonder if it's worth it.
Worth it? Your own kinsfolk. The neighbors are searching for me. They have been all morning. If your father hears of this, Fortunato...
Maybe he'll never hear of it. That is, if you were to make me an offer, a good business deal.
A good business deal. I'll offer you 5 francs.
francs? You don't value your life very much, Uncle Janetto.
20 francs, Fortunato. That's all I have.
Come along, all of you. We will search the place.
Fortunato, please, please. The neighbors are coming closer. Please, Fortunato, you can't turn me down now.
20 francs. Not worth it.
Look, I have one. I have 100 franc note, Fortunato.
100 francs?
Yes, that's all I have.
Give it to me.
Here you are, you...
Quietly, Uncle. Over here to the haystack.
Haystack?
Crawl in quickly.
Yes, of course.
I'll replace Mrs. Cat and her kitten right on top of you. Hurry.
There. Where am I hidden? Am I hidden?
Well hidden. Of the house. Now for Mrs. Cat. There you are. Right on top of him like a good cat. There. It looks as if it were never disturbed. Are you comfortable, Uncle Janetto?
Perfectly.
Gamba, look! Look at these footprints. The footprints of a man with a spiked boot.
You're right. And only one man in this park wears a spiked boot. He's right. That's Janetto. Follow me, neighbors. We'll find the boy Fortunato and get the truth out of him.
You better lie down next to Mr. Cat. Eh, Uncle Janetto? I'll look more comfortable that way. Shall I play a little music to entertain you?
Fortunato! Fortunato!
You deserve a little music for your 100 francs, eh, Uncle?
You little fool. They'll hear you.
Hear you? Of course they'll hear me. I want them to. Don't you want them to hear me, Uncle Janetto? Don't you?
Shame on you, Mateo. Sending Janetto back to your home. You do not realize what you're doing.
Tend to your work, Maria. Let us not have any more discussion about Janetto.
Discussion. Oh, you fool, you fool. You do not realize what the consequences of this might be. If Janetto is caught, we'll be condemned with him.
Not if we can prove his innocence.
Innocence, indeed. I wouldn't put murder past Janetto. I wouldn't put anything past him. He's a lazy, good-for-nothing dreamer, that's what he is, Mateo. Never done an honest day's work.
You don't understand him, Maria. He's an idealist. We need more people like him in the world.
Idealist, is he? Idealist. Rather than turn in that lazy good-for-nothing, you endanger your own poor child. What will happen to Fortunato if Janetto is found? What will happen then, my husband?
Fortunato is a smart boy. Janetto will not be found.
I tell you, Mateo, I will not stand for it.
What do you intend to do, Maria?
Turn Janetto in myself.
I wouldn't try that, Maria, my dear. You might force me to do something I would be sorry for.
Mateo,
A woman without honor cannot be my wife.
Honor. Honor. You believe in honor before your own safety.
I believe in honor above all things, Maria. Do you understand?
Yes, Mateo.
Then back to work. Work until the sun is down, and pretend that today is just another day.
Fortunato! Come down from that haystack.
You'll get nothing from the boy, Gamba.
He's right, Gamba.
Well, I'll not have this child make a fool of me, neighbors.
I do not have to do what God has done already, Cousin Gamba.
He has you there, Gamba.
Cousin, come, don't frown. I swear to you upon my honor, I know nothing of my Uncle Janetto.
Your honor, Fortunato. What honor?
The same honor as yours, the Falcone honor. Or do you pride your own honor so little that you sneer at mine?
You three, over in the corner, search the farmhouse.
Is this legal, Gamba?
Answer, Gamba.
Completely legal. Go ahead.
Well, if Gamba says it, it must be all right.
Oh, don't look in the closets. Our skeletons won't like it. So much trouble for one man, Gamba.
If you'd talk, little cousin, there wouldn't be so much trouble. Oh, perhaps there are too many people around, eh?
I care nothing about people. since I don't know where Janetto is.
All of you, surround the house and leave me. I want a few words alone with this child.
Will you be all right alone here, Gamba?
Quite all right.
Come along, everybody. Come on.
Gamba's wasting his time.
Shall I play a tune to amuse you, Cousin Gamba?
No, thanks.
I'll play anyway.
Listen to me, Fortunato. Come down off that haystack. I want to talk a little business with you. You're a businessman, aren't you, Fortunato? You and I have made deals before, son. I like you, Fortunato. And I'm sure you like me. I could offer you a lot of money, Fortunato. An awful lot of money. If you tell me where Janetto is hidden.
Don't stand so close to me, cousin. You've been eating garlic.
Stop playing that fool instrument. 50 francs is a good price, Fortunato. 100 francs?
100 francs. Even if I knew where my uncle is, I wouldn't sell for that.
Well, what would your price be?
Shame, cousin, shame.
Come. 200 francs?
You haven't got 200 francs on you.
Then you know where Janetto is, huh?
No, I was just curious to see 200 francs.
Very well. I haven't got 200 francs on me, but I could get them.
From who?
Be careful, Fortunato. The rabbit can tease the fox just so long.
I can give you 100 francs and my gold watch.
Careful, nephew. I have a stiletto on me which I might have to use.
How about it, Fortunato?
Your gold watch is worth nothing.
It's worth 200 francs.
Let's see you borrow 200 francs on it.
I will. And then will you tell me where Janetto is?
Who knows, cousin? Who knows?
I'll be back in a few minutes. Fortunato, in a very few minutes.
Fortunato, you wouldn't give me up.
I'm teasing him, Uncle Janetto, just teasing him. He's such a fool. Don't worry.
I'm not worried, Fortunato. My stiletto is just behind your back. I wouldn't try to move if I were you, little nephew.
I am worried, Mateo. So worried.
Tend to your work, Maria. The sun is almost down. Soon we can go home.
Maria! Mateo!
It's Lorna Restano.
Maria! Mateo! Have you seen Janetto?
We would not tell you, Lorna. You who bring dishonor to our name.
Oh, Maria, tell me now. You've seen Janetto.
What interest is it of yours, Lorna?
Gamba claims Janetto killed my husband, but it is a lie. An awful lie. You've got to stop Gamba.
What is this?
What are you saying, Lorna?
Listen, Mateo. Early this morning.
Yes.
I found my husband, my poor darling, dead. A knife buried in his side. So I called Gamba, and he said the knife was Janetto's.
Gamba said it. Gamba.
Yes, I was half crazy with grief, and I believed him. Until this afternoon, I took the knife to town, to the store where it was bought. The storekeeper swears it belongs to Gamba.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Mateo, I've been such a fool. We've got to work quickly now, quickly.
Come along, Maria. Lorna,
If anything has happened to Janetto, I'll never forgive myself.
climb into the wagon. Quick, both of you. Leave the wheat alone, Maria. We will come back for it later. Here, I will help you up, Lorna. There.
Now, hurry, Mateo, hurry. Gamba will kill Janetto before he gets a chance to defend himself.
Out. There we are. Come on, Maria. Get up. Come on. Get up.
I only pray God that Fortunato is safe.
Here comes your cousin Gamba, Fortunato. And he has 200 francs in his hands. Look at him.
200 francs?
Well, Fortunato, here's the money.
Let's see it, Cousin Gamba.
The money for the information. Tell me now, where is Janetto?
First, allow me to examine the money.
Very well. Here it is.
It looks real.
It is real.
200 francs. That's a lot of money, eh, cousin?
Some men work all their life for that much money and never see it.
But then I don't have to work all my life. The Falcones have land. My father says land is the only wealth in the world.
Your father. Mateo Falcone says many things. Are you or aren't you going to tell me where Giannetto is hidden?
Why, might.
Give me back the money, boy. You no more know where Giannetto is hidden than I do.
No, I'll keep the money. Giannetto was hidden in the... Oh, he is... Mama!
Fortunato! Fortunato!
The matter,
Fortunato!
What happened?
It's Fortunato! He's dead! Look at him!
Fortunato dead.
You're right. What happened to him?
Happened? I don't know. He was about to tell me where Giannetto was when he was struck dead.
Heaven watches us. Gamba, this is heaven's answer to a child without honor. Death.
Stop it! Stop, all of you! This is a trick. A trick, I tell you. The boy died of natural causes.
It was God.
Natural causes.
God
struck him. Now listen to me, neighbors. Listen to me.
God is responsible.
You didn't see the boy die, but I did. I saw him, and there was nothing strange about it. Nothing. I got my sword, and it was natural and normal.
Oh! What is this girl doing in my yard, Gamba?
Mateo! Mateo, come here quickly!
Mateo Falcone.
Watch out for trouble now. He's got a pistol.
You will not call for me so loudly, Cousin Gamba, when you hear what Lorna Rostano has to say to you.
Lorna Rostano?
Yes, Lorna
What
Rostano.
has Lorna got to say to
Talk.
All right, listen to me, neighbors. You listen to me.
What's come over you, Lorna?
You see, Gamba. Neighbors, Giannetto did not kill my husband. Gamba did it. Gamba did it. I have proof of his guilt.
You lie, Lorna.
No, I don't lie, Gamba. I'll give you your lie and your teeth. I traced the knife which killed my husband from the storekeeper, and that knife belongs to you.
Out of my way, Maria!
Stop it, you're trying to get away. Shoot him, Mateo. Kill him. Don't let that man escape.
I did kill Rostano.
Now Gamba is dead.
Where's Fortunato? Fortunato?
He is over there lying on the haystack, Maria.
Oh, I didn't see him. I was so worried. Fortunato.
Neighbor Maria, Fortunato was about to betray the hiding place of Giannetto when God struck him dead.
Fortunato.
You lie, neighbor. No Falcone ever betrayed his own family. Giannetto.
Yes, Brother Mateo.
He was hidden in the haystack.
Come back. Hidden in the haystack?
Yes, brother. I was hidden back here.
Our neighbors lie to me, don't they not? They lie, don't they?
No, Mateo. They tell the truth. Fortunato accepted 200 francs to betray my hiding place. I was forced to use this knife.
You killed my son, Donato. You killed my son. Oh, Fortunato. My baby. My boy. My darling Fortunato. It's your mother speaking. My son. Oh, my son.
Mateo, if you don't believe me, look at the money clasped in your son's hand.
I see, brother. There never was a Falcone without honor.
My son.
Maria, leave the dead child alone. We have no son.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought to you a story of Mateo Falcone. Bellkeeper, hold the bell. Out of the past, phantoms of a world gone by speak again their immortal tale, The Man Without a Country.
Philip Nolan, officer in the pay of the United States Army. I've so many memories of Philip Nolan. I think I was the only friend he ever had. I think I was the only man who really knew him during his whole incredible lifetime. I knew what he suffered when his boy's dream turned into a living nightmare. And it all started so innocently. Philip Nolan was 20 years old or so, and he'd conceived a bad case of hero worship for Aaron Burr. Burr. Philip and I were stationed together at camp. We were in the Legion of the West, and it was then, in the year 1805, that we had become close friends. I remember one particular evening that Philip and I were strolling down the barracks together. Philip was excited.
Hale, imagine, Burr will be here at this camp tonight, and I've permission to see him. That's a man for you, Hale, a real man. You know what they say about him? He's going to break away from the United States, and he's got an army behind him, an empire before him. Conquer Mexico. You know what? I'd enlist behind Aaron Burr and follow him straight to hell if it were necessary. I wonder if I could enlist with him. I'll ask him tonight. That's what I'll do. Tonight.
That was a great day for poor Nolan. As soon as Burr arrived, he sent for Nolan. Nolan responded immediately, and he ran from barracks all the way to the great man's room. He knocked on the door, and in a frenzy of impatience, waited. He didn't know it then, but he was waiting for a living death. A living death.
Mr. Nolan. Well, sir, it's been a long time since I've seen you.
Mr. Burr, I've written you repeatedly, time and time again. I thought when you didn't answer, you'd forgotten me.
Forgotten you? Indeed, no. Come in, boy. No, I haven't forgotten you. Nolan, I need you. I've some great plans for you.
For me, Mr. Burr? Plans for me?
Yes, indeed.
Sir, is it true what they say?
Well, Nolan, that depends on what they say. You can tell me that.
You're starting a new army? You're out for empire to set yourself up over Mexico and...
Ah, so they've gathered that much, have they? Well, Nolan, don't spread that rumor around. But between you and me...
You and me? Oh, Mr. Burr, Sir...
Nolan, you're a good man. How'd you like to take me out in your skiff and show me the canebrake or a cottonwood tree? I've always been interested in the terrain in these parts.
Interested? Or, is this terrain part of your plan, too, Mr. Burr?
Well, we'll talk about that in your skiff. Time enough out there, Nolan.
Yes, there was time enough to talk about a lot of things in the skiff. By the time that sail was over, poor Nolan was enlisted in Aaron Burr's scheme, body and soul. What that scheme was, I never knew, nor does anybody else. But that's not important now. It fell through, and every man of that group was arrested. Nolan was tried for treason. The big fellows, the ringleaders, escaped, but not Nolan. Nolan was taken before a military court. Old Colonel Morgan was presiding. Hours had passed, and the evidence against Nolan was piling up. His own commanding officer was saying,
Nolan, do you deny that you are a traitor to the United States?
Mr. Nolan, can you deny that you agreed to march anywhere at any time under the command of the traitorous Aaron Burr, even if he had commanded you to march against your own country, to march against the United States?
No, I don't deny it.
Mr. Nolan, as presiding judge, I want to ask one question before the gentlemen of this court will judge you. Have you anything to say in defense of yourself? Can you prove that you have always been faithful to the United States of America?
Damn the United States!
I wish I may never hear of the United States again.
Yes, Nolan said, damn the United States. He had no way of realizing the consequences. I'm not trying to justify Nolan. I'm just saying that the United States wasn't a reality to him. The only thing he cared about was Burr, Aaron Burr. So he said, damn the United States. Old Colonel Morgan called the court into his private chamber and returned in 15 minutes with a face white as a sheet. He just stood and stared at Nolan. And then, with his voice quaking,
Philip Nolan, hear the sentence. The court has decided, subject to the approval of the President, Mr. Jefferson, that you never hear the name of the United States again. Mr. Marshal, take the prisoner to New Orleans in an armed boat and deliver him to Captain Shaw of the Nautilus. See that no one mentions the name of the United States to the prisoner. Make my respects to Captain Shaw and request him to carry out my orders. He will receive written orders from Washington to explain this in detail. The court is adjourned.
I don't care, Colonel Morgan. I tell you, I don't care. I'd say the same thing over and over again. Damn the United States! Damn the United States!
Nolan was taken to New Orleans and placed on board the Nautilus. The ship set out for sea and traveled from New Orleans to the North American coast. It was at dock there that Captain Shaw received intelligence of the proceedings by mail. On board ship that evening, they were docked in the harbor. Captain Shaw explained it to Nolan. Nolan was still the swaggering youngster then, as the old captain related.
Well, Mr. Nolan, the word has come through from your former country's capital.
From Washington?
Yes, Mr. Nolan.
Well, what is the happy word?
You're a man without a country, Mr. Nolan.
Without a country?
The court has sentenced you to have your wish fulfilled. You will never hear of your country again. You will live on board ship for the rest of your life. You may wear whatever uniform you wish.
Naturally, my own uniform.
The buttons will have to be changed for plain buttons.
Well, why is that, sir?
There is the insignia of your ex-country on the buttons.
What? I see.
You will remain under guard, of course, to prevent your escape.
Naturally.
But otherwise, you will have the freedom of the ship. And believe me, Mr. Nolan, you will not be exposed to any kind of indignity.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you very much.
And so it was that the man without a country sailed the 7 seas. He never stayed on one boat for more than a year. He went from ship to ship. And it was 10 years later that he was again shipping out on the Nautilus. He was shipping out of England this time, and I'd been sent over from America to England for special research. I was to come back on board the Nautilus myself. And so, of course, the very first day at sea, I was called into the captain's cabin.
Oh, hello, Lieutenant Hale. Won't you come in?
Thank you, Captain Shaw.
Sit down, sir.
Thank you.
I called you into my cabin to talk to you about Philip Nolan. You no doubt know he's on board with us this trip.
Yes, I've been told.
He's an old friend of yours, I believe.
Well, yes, we were in the Western Legion together.
You know the story.
Are they still maintaining silence, Captain?
I'm afraid so. And as long as you're on board my boat, I must ask you to please never mention the United States to Nolan. No news of home, no talk about old times, no word of his family, and especially no word of the United States.
Well, of course, sir. Whatever you say.
And, Mr. Hale, be prepared for a shock when you see Nolan. He's changed. He's changed a lot more than you realize.
Changed. Yes, the captain warned me, but I wasn't prepared for what I saw. Nolan was an old man. An old man at 32. He was standing with a guard at the railing of the Nautilus when I approached him. He wheeled around and stared at me for a moment.
Hale! Hale, old boy. It's good to see you. I didn't know. I'd no idea.
Philip. Hello.
It's been a long time. Oh, it's all right, guard. You can leave me alone with Hale. I won't escape.
But, sir...
I'll take full responsibility for him.
Of course, sir. I'll report to the captain.
Hale, look at me. I'm still your old friend, am I not?
Of course, Philip.
Where have you been? What have you done since I last saw you?
I traveled around. Been in England.
England? What happened after you left the Western Legion?
Well, I...
You what? But tell me, Hale.
I've read a lot of good books.
Books? That's just great. You too, Hale.
I can't help it, Philip.
Have you any idea what I'm going through? From boat to boat, always being shifted. Always under guard. Every book I read is carefully edited. Whole passages are torn out of it. I never eat dinner at one table. I'm shifted around all the time. Nobody can stand my company night after night. I've so little to talk about. And I'm so hungry for home. So hungry for news of home, my family, my country. I want to touch the ground, the land. I want to know what happened to Texas. What did they do to Aaron Burr? Hale, 10 years of this. 10 years. I was just a boy. I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know.
Please, Philip, please.
I'm sorry, Hale. Seeing you again. And you're the only person who knows I feel this way. I won't mention it again.
I know you won't, Philip.
Don't tell anybody. You won't tell anybody.
Well, of course I won't.
4 o'clock. I have a little duty to perform at 4.
Well, what's that, Philip?
I read to them, the sailors. They like it. The only thing I'm allowed to do for them. They pick the book, and I read a chapter or so.
Well, that sounds interesting. You mind if I come along?
Not at all. Well, we'll go down this hatch over here. Follow me. This way. This way to the crew's quarters. Hi, Hello, man. This is Lieutenant Hale.
Hello.
How do you do, sir?
I hope you don't mind if I just sit here and listen.
Glad to have you.
What book have you picked out for today?
Well, you started The Lay of the Lance Minstrel yesterday. Let's finish that.
Good idea. Where is it?
Here it is, sir.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's a good poem. I was on the 3rd canto yesterday. Let's see. Oh, yes. I'll start here. The aged harper, how so ear, his only friend his harp was dear. Like not to hear it ranked so high above his flowing poesy. Less liked he still that scornful jeer. Misprized the land he loved so dear. High was the sound, as thus again the bard resumed his minstrel strain.
Read more, Mr. Plain.
Has anybody got a glass of water for me? My voice is sort of going.
Oh, sure. Here you are, Mr. Nolan. I'll pour it for you.
Thanks, son. That's better. Now, the next verse.
Quiet, everybody. Go ahead, Mr. Nolan.
Breathes there a man with soul so dead, who never to himself hath said, this is my own, my native land, whose heart ne'er within him burned, as home his footsteps he hath turned from wandering on a foreign strand. If such there breathe, go, mark him well. For him no minstrel raptures swell. High though his titles, proud his name, boundless his wealth, as wish can claim. Despite these titles, power and pelf, the wretch concerted all in I'm sorry, boys. I don't think I feel up to reading today.
That's the way it was on board ship. Little things like that poem were always occurring, and poor Nolan tried to take it all like a man. He stayed below in his cabin for 2 days after that, and I didn't want to intrude myself on his misery. So I spent my time talking to the captain and the crew. It was late the second afternoon. Captain Shaw, myself, and Lieutenant Vaughan were standing at the rail, and of course the conversation turned to Nolan. Vaughan was saying,
Funny thing about Nolan. He never allows anybody to come into his cabin. I wonder why.
That's his business. I don't think we should intrude, Lieutenant.
Well, sir, it was just curiosity. Hear what the men say about that cabin.
And what do they say?
Oh, some think it's full of voodoo tricks or some such nonsense. You know, Captain, if I were you, I'd order him to leave his cabin door open.
Since I'm the captain, Mr. Vaughan, that decision is in my hands.
Ship sighted off port. Slaver.
Pardon me, gentlemen.
Ship sighted off port. Slaver.
Lieutenant Vaughan.
Yes, sir.
To your post, sir. We'll be pulling alongside the ship to board her.
Yes, of course, sir.
Ship sighted off port. Slaver. Ship sighted off port. Slaver.
The ship suddenly came to life. We had overhauled a dirty little schooner which had slaves on board. We fired 2 shots across her bow, and the little ship struck her colors. A boat and officer were sent to board her. There was considerable commotion on the slaver, and we waited patiently. Nolan came on deck and was standing at the rail talking to the captain when Lieutenant Vaughan returned to report to the captain.
Captain, sir, I can't understand them. Every man on board speaks some strange patois, though some of them can speak Portuguese.
Portuguese, eh? Nobody on board here speaks Portuguese.
I do, sir. I've learned to do many things in the 10 years of spare time I've had.
You, Nolan, eh? Well, would you oblige by acting as interpreter?
Of course, sir. As well as I can.
Thank you. Mr. Vaughan.
Yes, sir.
Have your men remove the handcuffs and the ankle irons from those men enslaved in that boat.
Very well, sir.
Come along then, Nolan. Lower second lifeboat, bosun. This way, Mr. Nolan.
The boat was lowered, and we rowed over to the slaver. We stalled in the waters for half an hour, giving Vaughan plenty of time to quell any manner of resistance. By the time we boarded the boat, the 3-man crew was in chains, and the slaves, freed from their handcuffs and ankle irons, were swarming over the deck, wildly jubilant, shouting. But the deck was dirty, and the stench from the ship was strong, and the 3-man crew, chained to the mainmast, was shouting dire oaths at us as we boarded the side.
Gracias a Dios. Sorte. Estaremos en casa dentro de poco
Mr.
tiempo.
Nolan, ask those men which is their captain.
Yes, sir. Quem su capitão?
Aquele ali.
He's the tall man with the red hair, sir.
Ask him if he knew that he was violating the law of the United... Ask him if he knew that he was violating the law, Mr. Nolan.
Sabia que estava violando a leis dos Estados Unidos da América.
No say nada.
He says he knows nothing, sir.
Nothing, eh? The rotten scoundrel. Look at the filth of this deck. Look at the way he had the slaves handcuffed. He knew what he was doing, all right. He was dealing in human flesh. Tell the slaves, Nolan, they're free.
Quietos todos. O Capitão Shaw do barco Nautilus. Que lhes diga que estão todos livres.
And you can also tell them that their captain will be hanged as soon as I can find enough rope to hang him with.
O Capitão Shaw diz que a tripulação será punida.
Tell them I'll take them to Cape Palmas.
O Capitão Shaw diz que vocês serão levados ao Cabo das Palmas.
What are they saying?
I can't tell. They're all shouting at once. Wait till I single one of them out. Você! Sing você! Venha cá, silencio todos! Que dizem estes homens?
Não queremos ir ao Cabo das Palmas. Queremos ir para casa, ver a nossa gente, voltar as nossas mulheres e filhos. Cabo das Palmas está muito longe de casa.
Meus companheiros estão doentes. Ia no meu barco à procura de doutor. Estes diabos me capturaram.
Nolan.
Meu povo morrerá se não...
What's this all about?
Me levaram contra minha
They don't want
vontade.
to go.
Quero ir para casa, para meu lar.
They want to go home to their country, to their children and to their wives. The first man wants his kinfolk. And the second man, he says his people are sick. Very sick, and that he left his home to get a doctor, and that these devils kidnapped him. He wants to go home. Home, Captain. Every man wants to go home.
Yes, of course, Nolan. Tell them yes. Tell them that they can go to the Mountain of the Moon if they want to. If I have to sail this schooner through the Great White Desert, they shall go home.
O Capitão Shaw, discul voltarão todos para casa. Para nossa terra.
And so the slavers were returned to their homes. And they never forgot the look in the eyes of Nolan, the man who would help them. The rest of that journey was uneventful. When I left the Nautilus in the harbor of New York, I saw Nolan standing on the deck waving to me and shouting. And that was the last I ever saw of Philip Nolan. The very last. But I heard tale after tale of the courageous and self-sacrificing work that he did on board each and every ship he sailed on. And then this morning, I received a letter. A letter after 40 years have passed. A letter from Lieutenant Vaughan. Only he isn't a lieutenant now. He's a captain of his own ship. I opened the letter and started to read.
Dear Mr. Hale, Philip Nolan died this morning. He never allowed anybody in his stateroom, as you know, until late last night. It was exactly 4 bells. I got a message from Nolan to come down to see him. I walked into the cabin, looked about for the first time. Do you know what that cabin contained? A shrine to America. A large American flag, a picture of Washington, a large bronze eagle, a map of the United States which he had drawn from memory. And Nolan lay on his bed, beckoning me to come closer to him.
Vaughn, I know I'm dying. But you see, I have a country. Vaughn, I've had a country with me all these years. In my heart, Vaughn, I'm dying. Surely you can tell me something now. Please. Just something.
Of course, Philip. Anything you want.
The map. Tell me what belongs on my map. Is the Mississippi Territory still the Mississippi Territory?
No, it's a state now, Nolan. Mississippi, Missouri.
Yes, I've guessed that. Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Ohio was the last I knew. That makes 20 states in all. There are 34 now. Where are the other 14? You haven't cut up any of the old ones, I hope.
They're not cut up. You're already in the new 14 on your map for you. Florida.
Imagine Florida, state. Iowa, Illinois, Louisiana. What about Texas? What happened to Texas, Vaughn?
Texas is part of the Union.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And Arkansas. There's a good American name for you. Did you hear me say it, Vaughn? American. 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 I said it, Vaughn. On this whole ship, in the whole of America, there's not a better American than myself. Not one better in the world. Is there, Vaughn?
Not a better one anywhere, Philip. You're a real American.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you.
And his last wish was to have a gravestone somewhere in the United States. Do you think you can arrange for that gravestone, Hale?
The letter was signed, Sincerely yours, Richard Vaughan, Captain, United States Navy. And in a churchyard in his own United States, there is a gravestone in memory of Philip Nolan, Lieutenant in the Army of the United States. He loved his country as no other man loved her, but no man deserved less at her hands.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought to you the story, The Man Without a Country. Bellkeeper, toll the bell.